Susan MacManus, one of the savviest political minds in Florida. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, give me a quick assessment of this Alex Sink, Bill McCollum matchup.
It's a great matchup. Right now the polls are showing even up, even though I think if we have the turnout that we had in the 2008 presidential, I'd probably give the edge to Sink right now. But McCollum may benefit from a lower turnout, and he may benefit from pulling over some women's vote on issues like the social pornography, his anti-pornography campaign.
And speaking of women, you have been among those that have suggested that the Republicans had better get their acts together and start getting some women on the Republican tickets. Talk about that.
It is really embarrassing for Republicans and very upsetting to Republican women's clubs that the party seems to have forgotten one of the goals that they stated a few years ago, which is recruiting more women to run for offices, because the bottom line is that when women run for offices in Florida, they do quite well. And Alex Sink, that's one of the reasons that she has a good shot at being governor, is that 54% of the voters in this state are female. So I think Republicans really have to get back to the basics and back to that goal of recruiting people to run for local offices in the state legislature, and then have that female bench like Tony Jennings was at one time to run for the statewide offices.
We've seen a fair amount of backlash from some of the local parties over this effort by the state GOP and the national GOP to basically push Marco Rubio out of the Senate race. How significant do you think that is?
It's very upsetting to people who represent diverse parts of Florida, particularly the large metropolitan areas, because Hispanics is the fastest growing ethnic group in Florida, and a high turnout a part of the electorate when they register and vote. And obviously Rubio is a young, very well-spoken, very ideologically conservative Republican, and they feel like that pushing him aside so handily is just not the right thing for Republicans to do right now in Florida.